In today's video, I want to share with you some of my biggest and definitely toughest heartbreaks when it comes down to romantic relationships. This is especially for you if you are an empath, if you can sense other people's emotions and feelings really easily, and if you are still on the track where you are trying to help and maybe even solve their issues on their behalf. If this is you, then this video is definitely for you. My name is Patricia. I'm a certified life coach. And if you're new on my channel, then I'm so happy that you are here with me today. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up to spread the word, and also click that notification bell so you get notified as soon as I publish any new content. And with this, we are already ready to start today's video. So to give you a little bit of a background, this video is especially essential if you started to balance your emotions. Maybe you are also in the position right now where you start to gain more access, gaining more meaning in your life. And the first few steps are usually the hardest, right? So with me, this happened in quite a lot of connections I had in my past. And one of them, or two of them, I actually want to share a little bit of background. So what has happened in the first one I'm going to share is that I've met a man where I was just about to open up more, and I was just about to give a romantic relationship a chance, where I was ready to, I don't know, start something fresh and to just skip my fear and to let someone closer. So this is pretty much where I stand at. And then I met this guy, and he was very sweet, very handsome, a little bit like a teddy bear. I'm sure if he sees this right now, then he's not too happy to hear that. But he was, or still is, quite a loving person, okay? He's a good guy. And what has happened is that when we are meeting people, we meet them usually on the same level than we are. And so what he reflected back to me was that I was emotionally so off, because I have been told quite my lifetime that I'm too emotional, I'm too much, I'm not allowed to be like this or do like that. So I try to conform. And when you're doing this as a child, and when you're keep pushing down your emotions, you don't know how it actually feels to really connect to people, because that's ultimately what the connection is all about, right? You start to share emotions, you start to share your deepest desires and wishes and fears and whatsoever. And I was so vulnerable at that time. I was so unstable, and he was as well. He was very, very much unstable in himself, and he had a lot of issues as well. I mean, I did too, right? And I mean issues with not work-wise. So it wasn't about financial stability or anything like that. It was really on the emotional level, where we both were so out of anything. And so you have two people, and back then I wasn't really able to access his emotions, so I didn't really see that whole picture. But what I saw was his actions, and his actions were, I'm giving a little bit, but not too much. and I'm here for you, and I'm giving you attention, and I haven't been used to that. So when someone gave me attention like this and actually treated me nice, I was looking at things very differently. I was looking like I felt something special. And this obviously has put me into places I didn't want to be in, because I felt mistreated, I felt betrayal, I felt awkward most of the time. I didn't felt safe at all, because he wasn't able to give me the stability emotionally wise I would have needed. I felt completely left out with my own emotions, like we were not able to talk about it really. So it was really a weird connection in that sense. So at one moment we both realized, okay, well, it's not going to work, and it actually has ended quite harshly and quite intense. So it was kind of like a fire, like when it blew up. Years later, we reconnected and we talked about it, and now we can laugh. I think that connection itself helped me a lot to understand myself more, and it was one of the most important lessons I learned. And that is that I need to create stability first in myself, because as soon as you are going outside, you will meet what you are. And if you meet someone totally insecure, and believe me, there are many people who think that they are secure. I mean, I thought I'm quite secure. Like, I'm quite safe, not at all. I mean, no, not at all, okay? Not at all. Then my second connection, and I mean, I'm just picking out the significant ones, right? So the first connection did break my heart. It was very, very tough. Very, very tough. Like a lot of thoughts. I would even say there was an obsession within it. It was really intense and going up and down. And it was obviously, because when you have zero access to your emotions and then you open up that bubble, what happens is, because you don't know how to balance it. So it's a natural kind of thing that this has happened. But it felt so uncomfortable. And I don't mean, not in a good way where it stopped at one point, not like that at all. So moving on to the next one. That one really, really, really broke everything. I mean, looking back now in a good sense, while being in it, it was killing me, for real. It was massively impacting myself very, very dramatically, because I did got access again to my emotions, and I couldn't really regulate them when I met him. I wasn't able to regulate my emotions. So this guy was even more tricky than the first one, because he kind of knew what he was doing. And here comes the danger. Because I was looking so much for a partner I could connect. And I was really in love with this guy. I let him do things that are really in the red zone. And I mean going down to emotional manipulation, where he would just not fully express himself on what is going on. Instead, he would like give me those little treats kind of thing, where I thought, okay, maybe something, is ongoing now, and maybe we can reconnect, or maybe we can start this all over. And coming from a place where love was not appreciated and love was not there. I didn't know how love looked like. I didn't know what is love. I didn't know. And I didn't feel it myself at all. I was connecting this with another person. So I didn't know what means a balanced love, what means to feel safe. You know, during my whole childhood, I never felt safe. I never felt emotionally held. And that's what a woman is mostly looking for. So if you are a man here and watching this, we don't need someone who is a warrior and fighting like crazy, because I can fight for myself. What we need is to feel safe to express our emotions. And if this is there, that means that the man actually has access to his own emotions too. And it's okay that there are certain things that may not be looking so nice, and that he's vulnerable and open to share that, because this is how a woman connects with emotions. And so this guy, he just gave me the little finger, and even after I told him how I felt, like directly, do you know how much courage it took to open up and to say that? To say that I really liked him, even though I knew it's not really going to work out, but I had to express myself regardless. I can't say how much courage it took me. I had a lot of drinks before that. And I'm not going to say this so that you are doing the same, because I would not recommend it. Anyways, I said that, and there was nothing really that would have pushed me away. Because he wasn't ready to commit, or because he wasn't even looking for something like this or whatsoever. And I don't even want to say that he is a bad guy, like at all. You see, if I would have felt safe from within, I would have never gone for something like this. So this is just a level of where I have been. And so what has happened is that because I had access to my emotions then, but they were not really balanced yet, I could feel his too. The only issue here is that he had zero access and he had zero interest in accessing them. And so I could feel so much boiling inside of him, but him on the other side was not really had no intention to go there at all. So I felt betrayed, because I could feel how he felt, but he wasn't going for anything of that. He wasn't interested in going into the depths of who he is. And that has led so much heartbreak, because he also didn't share that he wasn't looking for a connection, a deeper connection. Instead, he has used me to feel good, to getting some compliments and being in some kind of light place, because I'm quite an uplifting person, I would say. So he enjoyed from his heaviness to be in a little bit of a more lighter way, feel lighter. Is this a one-sided story? Definitely. Are there more aspects to this? Definitely. Is this story totally over? No. Will this be at one point resolved? I don't really see it. You know, I don't really see it. I tried so many times to communicate, to restart. And now here comes the real big clue for you. Now that we are so open, I want you to understand that if someone is not showing you or acting the way how you need it, you don't need to approval, or you don't need his words that he can't do it. He's already showing you that he can't do it. You don't need a response, because no response is a response. And I actually had to hear it, because when I was younger, this is coming back to my upbringings. When I was younger, I was constantly ignored. So my emotions were ignored. And exactly the same happened again. I would express myself and I would say how I feel. And I would even ask how he feels about me. And I would take all the courage together and I would ask. But the answer is not coming. And that's exactly the same how my upbringing was, day in and day out. Okay? No confirmation, no something like this. That was why I didn't even look at it as weird, because this is all I knew. I only knew to be ignored. This is how I learned, you see. And that's why it's so crucial that you understand your upbringings, because then you see what is actually going on and what is the story behind it. So let's leave the guy outside. I mean, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, and who cares? I don't have any hard feelings. If I could tell him something, then I probably would. I would probably say something, that I was hurt and that it was, for me, very unfair. It wasn't nice. It was really not nice. And I do hope that either way, I'm gonna see that person again and I will be able to speak my truth, and regardless pretty much on what the viewpoint is of that person, or I will never see it again. And so for me, both of it is fine. I do know that, people who once hurted you are most probably not the ones who will help you heal, because else they wouldn't have done it in the first place. And especially not on that level. I mean, obviously, I have left out a lot. And this is also to say that, it wasn't only about he was doing damage. I was doing my own damage. And by staying there, by trying and proving myself and looking for something that was just not there. And I basically betrayed myself, and then I got upset with him for, doing what he was doing. While actually he wasn't doing anything. He was just kind of giving me little bread, like, once in a while, and I took it as if that is something mature and emotional stable. And would I go for that again? No. Did it help me on the long run? Yeah, because I had to learn how to deal with it. Obviously, these are scars that are so deep that needs time to heal, needs time to get over it. And not only to get over it, but to find the balance I was talking about earlier. The balance to not go there anymore, to not feel into this anymore, and to kind of learn that things are the way they are, and there is no possibility for you to make any change, no option to make change within them. They need to make that themselves if they want to. And so there is nothing for you. All you need to do is to leave and to let go, and to train yourself to let go. That's all. All right, my loves, I hope this video has helped you. I know it's quite tough and to share that. So let me know your heartbreaks. I'm curious to hear and to see whether there are similar stories around, because I'm pretty sure that they are, and I think to learn more about yourself, that helps you to not get across any more of those people. And this is not to say that that person or that man is bad. It just is not what I was looking for on the big picture. That's it. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you a lovely day